Hey, it's H here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for AVALANCHE with ticker AVAX. First we'll check out some major levels of support and resistance, and then I'll show you some possibilities with the Elliott Wave theory. Let's get going. So this chart is again from Binance, as it had the most price history. This chart is viewed on logarithmic scale, as otherwise it would be looking something like this. Doing TA without logarithmic scale or semi-logarithmic scale is a bit weird, at least to me, on crypto, so that's why I use it. Now let's get some support levels going on. So these brown boxes again here, the lowest support, and again we're daily time frame, lowest support currently around $9.84. If we are zooming in a bit closer, around current price action, right below us around $65 we got one area, and right above us we got another one. Now let's check out some levels around this whole thing. High time frame, just use one high time frame for now. We got our point of control all the way down here around $4, meaning the current price or current volume we've traded all the way up here is basically nothing, as we can see, compared to the volume we had down here. Now range value area high is around $52, so let's mark that up as well, but not much else we should be looking at here. On just a bit closer time frame, this is still high time frame. We got again point of control, at least now it's up here in somewhat reasonable price areas. We can see that we have point of control around that $65 area where we have that major support as well. Range value area low around $40, and high range value area high around 92. Not much confluence on that one yet. On medium time frame, even closer, let's zoom in. We have the point of control just around these two daily levels that we just established. We got a nice volume node around this area as well. That is ranging quite a lot, so for almost 10% from $91 to around 83 we got this nice volume area where we're going to be expecting some kind of resistance if we get there. Now from this, again, this volume profile is from the highs to current date, and this Fibonacci retracement is from the highs to these lows of January 22nd, and we can see that we got to the golden pocket and rejected downwards. Let's see if there was confluence on this, not too much on this one here, but that's good to see that AVAX is as well respecting the golden pocket. Now even closer time frame, this is again from the lows of January 22nd to current price. We are currently just around that area where we have the range value area low, with again this support down below us. We are just rejecting off the golden pocket when checking the Fibonacci retracement from the lows of January 22nd to highs of April 2nd. Currently we've been just coming down so fastly down here that some kind of bounce up could be expected here. Is RSI telling us anything? Well, basically double bottoming on RSI here, but we're not oversold area though, which is a bit intriguing. Yeah. Again, point of control around these dailies with loads of volume around this area as well. Now, as we've got those basic levels out the way, let's just check out the volume overall once more. Zoom out a bit. And again, as we were seeing on the volume profile, we see that the most volume is down here, just at the lows around the end of October, or end of 2020 I should say, Most volume again was used around here for this drop most likely, and then we haven't been anywhere close to that. However, if we just ignore that part and compare the rest, we can see that major spike up here indicating of some kind of impulsive structure upwards, then correction downwards as volume dies down, and another leg up here. Now, even though price went up here, we can see that there is a lower amount of volume significantly here, indicating that this is some kind of a wave 3 and wave 4 area, possibly. RSI is telling us the same thing. This could be some kind of 3 here and a 5 here. Not much similar action on here though, but we'll look into that once we get into the Elliott Waves stuff. Let's clean up the chart a bit and jump into the Elliott Waves stuff. So first, let's check out some corrections we had. So this massive drop again here on September 2020, we had 93% drop down, and that was basically in a day. I have no idea what was that about, and I don't really care, to be honest. It has happened so long time ago already. So much else stuff or other stuff has happened on the charts that we can ignore basically this thing, except of course we need to acknowledge the drop. Now another drop here around February 2021, 85%, and this current one from November 2021 to around January 23rd, around 65%. There's bullish and bearish cases here on the total views that I'm going to represent or show you in just a moment. Now there's a couple of different counts, the main ones on high time frame that I wanted to share. First one is this one, saying that this is first one here, this pullback up here, second, third, fourth, fifth. Third is getting the 1.618 off the first. Not much else to say about it. The only thing noteworthy is that again, third off the fifth would have RSI divergence between the third and the fifth, and the third in intermediate would have divergence with the fifth here, which we do. So that makes a lot of sense. Now, looking at this structure here, as neither 1 or 3 are extended, we can assume fifth would have been extended, but actually it just got to the 0.618 extension for the whole move of from 0 to 3 to 4. So none of these waves actually extended here if we are placing the count like this. This is again inverse wave 4, targeting the 1.236 to 1.618 area, and that is exactly where we ended up with the fifth here. Now that is one scenario. Another scenario is here, saying that the primary one actually ended here on February 2021. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 is super small compared to wave 2. Wave 2 is just, yeah, not much to say about that. But again, a viable count. This definitely can be interpreted as something else than 3, 4 of this intermediate count, but this is still possible count, so I'm keeping my eyes on this one. Why am I even considering these two different counts? Is just because we just don't know how much this is going to retrace here. Is it done or not? Well, let's get into that in just a moment. This count is again saying that the wave 2 would be here at July 2021, just with the zigzag. And after that point we get another impulse wave up. This can't be obviously a 3 because we already overlap the 1 with the possible 4th here. That is why we had to downgrade this into a 1. Okay, so on arithmetic, of course, we can see that the wave 2 primary did come down really a lot. Let's actually check that out. How much was that? That was the 85% or 84. Yeah, 85% drop down. And on, of course, logarithmic scale, it's not even 50%. Now, why I'm showing again you these two different counts is because of this structure here that we're currently in. We have to be considering what is this correcting. Is this correcting this leg here or this larger leg? And these are both represented on these two different counts. Are we expecting a larger correction or the shorter correction here for this intermediate wave 2? Let's dive into this price action that we've had since the all-time highs. Let's actually zoom in a bit, maybe 2 hours. Should show us some wave structure in here. So I'm claiming this as an ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into A, B, C into B, extension 0.786 retracement, sorry, yeah, retracement, not extension. Let's check out the extension here for the C wave. It's right between the 2.618 and 1.61 and most likely just around extension of 2 for the C wave of the A wave. Not really any significance on it. The next part again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into C. The wave 3 falls just short of the 1.618, but wave 4 has enough space to retrace the wave 3, so it's not in the wave 1 area, so there's no issues here. Targeting for the C wave is coming about 1.236 of the A wave for the C wave. Nothing else on this, I don't think. Now we have a couple of different counts for this part that I'm showing, but again the point is we have a somewhat easy looking three-way structure that ends up here. Both of these are. So this first one is saying that we have some kind of a diagonal here into the first. It is definitely a wonky looking one. So this would be 1. Let me actually show it to you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this would be minuet, like so. Into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 and 4 are not overlapping, so there's no issues basically. And 3 is not the shortest. This brings us to A. Then we have some kind of three-way retracement into B. Now this has not come to the flat area where it needs to go to if we want to have this minor or yellow structure as a flat. So again, it is fine for us to be calling this a zigzag. Here it is going to be a bit wonky looking C wave. We have to be saying that this small move here is probably the 1, 2, then 1, 2 here for another smaller correction, 3, 4 and possibly the 5th for the third of minute. And that brings us basically to the C. Other option is almost same, but again ending here is a WXY. Not much to say about this one. Here the the ABC on the X wave ends here on the February 22nd, and on the other count I think it was in the around the 24th. So not much to say. Let's move on. Let's keep this one open for now. So this brings us to the possibility of having a W down here, X up here, and then would be looking for a Y wave. Now the retracement for this W move, we come up to here, which is just around the golden pocket for this orange count or the intermediate degree. And at this point we would be looking a move down somewhere. So let's look into those possibilities. Hopefully I didn't delete too much. Zoom in a bit again. Let's go to 1 hour, maybe we can see more structure again. So this is again the place where the highs were placed for the X wave of intermediate. So we're starting a new count from there. We can have a 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5 into A wave. Now this is a bit weird looking, this structure for the third wave here on this one, and we would have to place the 1, 2 around here, 3, 4, 5 on sub counts or something, but we can't have wave 1 here. Otherwise, as this is going to be invalidated, because this looks like a wave 3, 4 and 5. This definitely ends something here, so the overlap in this area is something to be kept in mind. If we somehow place the count somewhere else though, then we can definitely say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into A. After that point, I think I have another count. Yeah, I do. So we'll look into that bit. After that, we have A, B, C into the B wave. Now this B wave is super short if it is actually done, and to me it kind of looks done. Let's just make sure. Yeah, this move already comes below the 1.618, so which means that this structure here is no longer part of this one. So this structure, three-way structure here, is done. Now the other option, other zigzag, was labeled as such. I had a 1, 2 here. What did I have? Oh yeah, I had a larger ABC here where the wave 2 was here. Instead we have a shorter wave 2 here, but now we would run into a possible issue where we would have to deal with this structure as a 5-way move. Now whether we place wave 2 here, that is fine as well, which actually looks better. But again, we have the same issue here where we have to say that this is somehow labeled something like this, where the wave 4 is so insignificant again. At that point we would have another structure for wave 2. It looks really wonky though, so that has to be kept in mind again. Now this would bring us to wave 2 here, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, clean subdivision for the wave 3, and here on the minuet count we get to the 1.618, just around where the wave 3 ends, and again more than 1.618 for the 3 of minute, where this actually ends here. Now for the wave 4 we have no issues again, so this is actually my preferred count. From here on out though, again for the 5th wave, this looks, to be honest, looks more like a 3-way move, but as we're dealing with a more like a zigzag pattern, meaning we need 5 waves in here, kind of have to force it here, saying that something like this, that 1, 2, either we have 3, 4 here or 3, 4 down here, but that is most likely going to be labeled there. Again, the same ABC here, nothing else. Now, on this last leg for the wave C, we would be looking at something like this. Possibly 1, 2 here, another 1, 2 here. Why? Well, just because this last leg down here is kind of extended, that's the bull scenario. I wanted to extend this whole thing a bit to create another 1, 2 here. There's no need to place another 1, 2 here. That's the next count I'm going to show you, where we have a 3, 4 here. But in this count, I'm thinking this because of this structure here as a triangle here, so we would need another subdivision or lower degree count to make sure that this structure here is on the wave 4. Now this again goes pretty cleanly into here as a 1, 2, 3. It goes to the 1.618 and starts to do this zigzag pattern. This is actually pretty good looking on RSI as well, which is nice to know that RSI supports these things as well. There's a wick down here, but again it is not invalidating the start. It is super close though, but not invalidating it. Invalidation for this count, if the E would not be done, I think it is done, but if it's not done and the price starts heading higher, the invalidation for this whole count is here at $72. So that is something to keep in mind. Is there something else? Let's check out how much this actually wave 3 goes forward. So we almost go to the 3.618 here for this third wave. So it is pretty extended, so we don't really expect any major moves down here anymore for the fifth wave, at least for the minute count. Of course we need to get a fifth wave here and could be getting an extension, because wave 3 for this sub-minute count is not extended, so we could be expecting it here. So the minimum target again would be around $63, but I would be expecting at least maybe to the 1-to-1 extension here. And after that we would be getting the fourth of minute and fifth of minute, completing the C wave. Now let's zoom out a bit. Oh, actually I had that other count still. Let's go through that before we zoom out. It's a bit, I think it's going to be a long video here, but I need to go through all the options I see, so bear with me. This count says again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would be the end of C. Now why do I not like this? Just because of the extension of the C wave does not even come to the 0.618, and that is basically the minimum for the wave C for any zigzag pattern. I'm not actually sure if it's a rule, probably not a rule, but it is something that I keep basically as a rule, and unless I find no other explanation for a price action, I would keep this as the lowest of low possibilities. However, this count says we could be bullish here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, possibly. Invalidations are pretty close. They are really clear. Just below us we got 2 invalidation points. But again, if this shoots up, there's great upside to it. What was I looking? Volume. Just by looking at the volume, does this move support anything? Not really. There's not much more volume than there was before, so this does not really tell much about this move, and to me it more likely is a triangle than anything 1-2 related. But let's keep this in mind. Let's bring out discount as it's my main here. So where are we at now? So again, W, X, and creating a Y wave. It's got too many counts here. I wish I could be doing sub layers or sub folders on Tradingview, but I can't. Sad face. Now, wave Y. We see the 0.618 here. This is again the minimum retracement for wave Y on a larger scale. This is again from the highs to the lows to these highs here around the April 22nd or April 4th, and this is projecting the Y wave extension. 0.618 I keep again as the minimum target that we should be hitting. Now yeah, at that point we would need one of these waves presented earlier on this count to extend more, and these targets were basically the minimum ones, so we definitely have targets below here as well. So this, at least the 6.618 is definitely viable. Now again, zooming out a bit, what were we correcting? We were having two different options. Let's actually go back to daily and take down all these. We don't need them. We don't need that. Don't need that. Okay. So we had this first structure here. I think it was this one. Yeah. Saying that this was primary one. This is now targeting around $54. On arithmetic scale, look where we come into. Again, we have already been in the golden pocket, but as this move was way too short, are we done here? Is this something that we should be actually looking into more as a low for the second wave? I'm sure. Let's bring out the 0.618. Where is it? I don't have it here for some reason. Okay, let's do it like this. 0.618 again, minimum that I would think. This is no rule again, but this is time analysis with fibs. I would expect wave 2 to be around at least 0.618 of wave 1, and we're not even close to that. We would have to stretch this to August for this to be some kind of a fun looking wave. So let's consider the other possibility, this one, where we had a wave up here. Now again, the retracement for wave 2 looks really small here. On arithmetic scale, it would be looking way bigger. Where did I have the targets for the, not that one here? Nope, nope, nope. I have hidden my targets right there. Yeah, and these are actually the targets for the wave 2 here, and this actually should be all downgraded one level if this is the case. So that's why I was confused, because the colors. Okay, so again, this orange box here, or these targets are again for this WXY, and this on the right is actually for the wave 2. We are expecting just beneath the golden pocket here on arithmetic scale, but on logarithmic scale we're barely getting to the 0.382. That is really shallow to me. So neither of these really look super enticing, so we have to be keeping in mind that this could be just the start of a correction, more of correction, saying that this is just the first leg. Then we have some kind of second leg, and then we have the third leg. But we need to be looking into the volume we are getting here, if it is looking actually impulsive when we are getting up or not. Because time-wise, or not time-wise, price-wise, it is not looking too good. Let's check out the price, time-wise again, on this one, and this is more than sufficient enough. We're getting to around, I would expect, at least to May, as this looks kind of okay-ish, if the buy B especially is done, but it is so small. So just by looking at this overall though, we could be expecting or seeing this as just the first leg of this last bit of correction. Then we would get the second leg and third leg. That could possibly give us a possibility again to go lower. So the Y wave instead here would be down here. But at least we got some thoughts and some kind of method to our madness here on the charts. So again, I think that's all I wanted to share to you today. So if you have another coin you would like me to analyze, or preferably an update you would like of a coin I've already done, as those typically take way less time and I have more time for those, I would appreciate the suggestions. But for now, I thank you for watching and hopefully see you back on the videos soon. Bye bye.